comfortable position, we're going to place our hands together at our heart center, breathing in gently through the nose and out through the nose. If you know Ujjayi breath, you can do that throughout this practice. Otherwise, let's think about the concept of the sun and how it mirrors this idea of gratitude. Set an intention for your yoga practice today on what you wish to be grateful for or what you hold in gratitude so that you can reflect on it throughout your practice. Breathing gently, we're going to inhale our arms up over our heads, saluting the sun, and exhale down back to the heart. Inhale again up towards the sky, and exhale back to your hands to the heart. Now we're going to inhale our arms up to the sky, dropping our right hand down, reaching over to the left side in a side stretch, and inhale back up to center. Inhaling up towards the sky, dropping our left hand down, reaching over to the left, and exhale back up. Now inhaling our arms up, dropping our right hand down, reaching over to the left for 5 breaths. Inhaling back up, and inhaling up towards the sky, dropping the left hand down and reaching over to the left for 5 breaths. In 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Inhaling back up to center. Now we're going to make our way to all fours in what we call a tabletop position. Your toes are tucked. From here, we're going to do what's called cat-cow. We're going to inhale up towards the sky, arching the spine, letting the belly drop towards the floor, and then exhale, rounding the spine like a hissing cat, belly button scooping towards the spine. And then we're going to inhale back up, arching our body up towards the sky, belly drops towards the floor. And exhale, scooping out the belly, rounding the back, the head drops in towards the tummy. Inhaling up towards the sky, arching the back. This is cow, moon at the moon. And exhale, scooping out the belly. Our back looks like a hissing cat. And inhale, arching up to the sky. And exhale, rounding the back, scooping out the belly. And inhale up towards the sky one last time. And exhale, scooping out the belly, rounding the back into cat. Returning to a tabletop position, shake out your tailbone, shake out the head. And now we're going to sit back on our heels and turn our palms away from the body and just kind of pedal the palms out along the mat, stretching out your inner wrist. I want to stretch it out. If this is really intense for you, stay seated on your heels, but otherwise, if your wrists feel open, walk your hands out as they are out into a tabletop position. Inhale through the nose, exhale by opening the mouth, sticking the tongue all the way out like a lion. Exhale. Inhale through the nose, open the mouth, stick the tongue out, exhale. Inhale through the nose, open the mouth, stick the tongue out, exhale like a lion. Inhale through the nose, tongue out, exhale like a lion. Last time, inhale through the nose and exhale, tongue out like a lion. Unfurl your wrists, sit your seat back on your heels, and stretch forward into our first child's pose. Reaching your palms long across the mat out in front of you, your seat resting over the heels, sinking deeper into the floor. Your back is relaxed, your thighs are relaxed. If you need additional relaxation, slide your hands along the mat behind you until your arms are resting gently down towards the earth, palms up towards the sky. Breathing deeply in and out of the nose here. And coming back up onto the heels, we're now going to find our way to the top of the mat. Our feet are going to be hip-width distance apart, and our palms are going to be together at our heart center. Inhaling up towards the sky, saluting the sun, and exhale, hands back to your heart. Inhaling up towards the sky, and exhale back to the heart. Now this time we're going to inhale up to the sky and exhale into our first forward fold. As we forward fold down, bend your knees to protect the backs of your legs. Your back is flat when you swan dive forward. And while you're in forward fold, you can work on straightening the knees over time, but for now, keep them bent until your hamstrings start to warm up. Breathing deeply here. We're going to take good 5 breaths. This forward fold. Now we're going to inhale halfway up with a flat back. And if your knees were bent, inhaling halfway up is going to look like this. You're going to inhale halfway up, just like that. And then exhale back into a forward fold. We're now going to step back into a push-up position and lower into what's called chaturanga. So you can drop your knees to lower down to the floor, or you can stay in a push-up position. Chaturanga, we're going to bend the elbows and slide our triceps along our side ribs until we get all the way down to the ground. Okay. We're now going to untuck our toes, and we're going to come into Sphinx pose. So sliding the forearms and palms along the floor until your elbows are directly under your shoulders. Wiggle out the hips, the buttocks, and the legs, making sure there's no tension in them. Facing forward, reaching the chest through the shoulders. You should feel a nice long stretch across your tummy, opening in the chest. Your back muscles are engaged. Keeping the lower half of your body nice and relaxed, breathing in and out of the nose. Sphinx pose. And bringing the palms underneath the shoulders, tuck your toes back under, and we're going to push back up into a push-up position and go straight into downward facing dog. The most important things about downward dog is to lift your booty straight up in the air. Keep your hips super high, bend your knees to protect your hamstrings. And then gently you can begin to work your heels towards the mat with straighter legs, as much as your flexibility allows. The important thing is that your spine is straight and your booty is up towards the sky. We're pushing our palms into the floor as if we're trying to push our weight into the lower half of the body. It won't get there because we're in a triangle shape, but that's the general idea of the movement you want to create within the body. Is sending the weight to the lower half of the body, pressing the heels down into the mat, keeping your tailbone high, breathing deeply. From this downward dog position, we're going to inhale the right leg up and behind us, and exhale, we're going to bring it through our hands into a lunge, dropping the left knee down towards the ground. We're going to inhale, salute the sun, our arms up to the sky. This one, we're going to leave our hands parallel with our shoulders instead of bringing our hands together to meet at the top of this salute. Exhale the hands down to the mat. Bring both hands to the inside of your right foot and shimmy your right foot out, turning it outward into a 45-degree angle. If this is enough of a groin opener for you, stay up on your palms. Otherwise, you can lower your forearms down to the mat for a deeper stretch. Breathing in and out of the nose deeply here. Inhale, coming back up, shimmy the foot back to center, and slowly wrap the leg behind you to press back into downward facing dog. Breathing deeply in and out of the nose. Whenever downward dog feels hard, you can take child's pose from here. We're now going to inhale the left leg up into the air and exhale, bringing it in between the hands. Drop that right knee. Inhale the arms up in a salute to the sun, sinking into your hips, making sure that your left ankle is underneath the left knee. Your right toes are still tucked under, breathing deeply in and out of the nose. And exhale the hands back to the mat, bringing both arms inside of that left foot. Shimmy the left foot out a little bit and turning it out at a 45-degree angle, sinking deeper into the hips. If you have room and are a little more flexible, you can drop your forearms down to the ground for a deeper stretch. Breathing in and out of the nose. And inhale, pressing back up. Sending your seat back, bringing the leg back underneath you and pressing back into downward facing dog. And taking 5 deep breaths here. In and out of the nose at your own pace, but make them long, luxurious, and yummy. And stepping up towards the forward of your mat, forward fold. 5 deep breaths here in forward fold. And inhale halfway up, exhale forward fold, and inhale, reaching up towards the sky, flat back, bend the knees if you need to, saluting the sun, and exhale, bringing the palms back to the heart center. And inhaling the arms back up to the sky, salute the sun, exhale forward fold, flat back, and breathing for 5. Remember your intention, the gratitude you wish to dedicate your practice to. Remember that shining abundance within your heart, that light of gratitude you're carrying with you throughout your practice today. Inhaling halfway up, exhale forward fold, and pressing back into push-up pose. As we chaturanga down this time today, we're going to go into baby cobra. Or if you are familiar with yoga, you can push into upward facing dog. Baby cobra, we're going to arch the spine. You should be able to take the weight off of your hands completely and stay upright. We're going to squeeze our triceps into our side body. And then we're going to retuck the toes and press back into downward facing dog. Again, if you'd like to do upward facing dog, we're going to untuck the toes, roll the shoulders back, straighten the arms, and arch your body all the way up, looking up towards the sky. Retuck the toes and send the hips skyward into downward facing dog. In downward dog, we're going to take 5 breaths here. Breathing in and out of the nose. If you're tired, you can take child's pose. We're going to inhale the right leg up towards the sky, placing it in between the hands. Drop that left knee. Inhale, saluting the sun. Breathing deeply, sinking into those hips. And exhale the hands to the mat, both inside the foot. Rotate that right foot out, walk it out a few steps, and sink deeper into the hips. You can drop your triceps to the ground, breathing deeply. And inhale back up, send the hips back, send the leg back, tuck back into downward facing dog. Inhale the left foot up to the sky. Exhale, send it between the hands. Drop that right knee down to the floor and inhale up into a sun salute. Sink into the hips and breathe. Exhale the hands to the mat, both hands inside that left foot. Walk your left foot out. Turn it outward on a 45-degree angle and drop your triceps down to the ground for a deeper stretch. Breathing deeply, opening up those hips. And Inhale, coming back up, press back up, send the booty and the leg backward, and we're going to press back into downward facing dog. 5 breaths. And finding our way back to the top of our mat, forward fold, 5 breaths. Your hamstrings should be more open now, so work towards straightening those legs as best you can, letting the head hang heavy. And inhale, halfway up, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. And inhale, arching the body, reaching up towards the sky, saluting the sun. And exhale, hands back to the heart center. Inhale up, salute the sun. Exhale, forward fold, flat back. And take 5 breaths. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, forward fold, stepping back into a push-up position. Chaturanga down into baby cobra or upward facing dog. And exhale, send the hips straight back into downward facing dog. 5 breaths. Inhale that right foot up. Exhale it between the hands in a deep lunge. Drop that left knee to the floor. Inhale the arms up in a sun salute. Breathing deeply, sinking deeper into those hips. The right ankle is directly under the right knee. Sending the palms back to the mat, put them on the inside of the right foot, walk the right foot out, turning it on a 45-degree angle, and sinking deeper into the hips. Dropping your forearms down to the mat. Send the leg and the booty back, pressing back into downward facing dog. Breathing deeply. Let's inhale that left leg up in the air. Bring it in between the hands, forward to the mat, drop that right knee to the lunge, and inhale up into a sun salute. And exhale the hands to the mat. Both arms inside that left foot, shimmy it out a few inches. Turn the left foot out on a 45-degree angle and drop down to the forearms for a deeper stretch. Breathing deeply. Pressing back up, send the hips and the leg back, pressing back into downward facing dog. 5 breaths. Your gaze should be towards your belly button so the back of your neck can be nice and long. Sits bones reaching towards the sky. And stepping back up to the front of your mat, forward fold, 5 breaths. Inhale halfway up, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive back up to standing, saluting the sun. Exhale, hands to the heart. We're now going to ground into our left foot, and we're going to go into a tree pose. You can either put the sole of your foot on your right calf, you can bring the sole of your foot right up into your inner left thigh and groin area, or you can take the foot in both hands and pivot it up so that it's overlapping your left hip and your right knee's dropping down to the ground. Your right hand comes into a half prayer position at your heart, balancing pose. You want to make sure that your butt is not sticking out when you're in tree pose. No matter which variation of tree you take, make sure your hips are tucked under. We're going to release the foot but not drop it to the ground. We're going to turn our palm out towards the sidewall and pick up our foot in the right hand. Left arm is straight up overhead, and we're going to kick it out into dancer pose. Left arm reaches straight and long in front of you. As you're kicking your right foot into the palm of your right hand, you should feel a big chest opener here and also a quadricep stretch in the right quad. And release the foot down, release the arm down. Hands back at prayer position. Wiggle out the hips. Grounding into the right foot now. We're going to take tree. So placing that left foot on either your calf or up on your inner thigh, or taking the entire foot and rotating it over your right hip with the left knee dropping down, hips right underneath your torso. No booty sticking out. Left palm comes into your heart center. Balancing pose for tree. Breathing deeply. Letting go of the foot, release the hand, palm faces away from you. Place your hand on the inside of that left foot, right arm reaches high overhead, and kicking that foot out into the left hand. Right arm reaches long and forward, dancer pose. Allow the chest to fully open and stretch. And get a nice quadricep stretch in that left quad. Breathing. Keep a single point of focus with your eyes. It'll help you keep your balance. And coming out, release the foot, dropping the right arm down, and wiggle out the body. Hands come into prayer position. Let's do it all again. Grounding into the left foot one more time. Right foot comes up in tree, whichever version you wish to take. This time you might want to experiment with your arms. You can send them skyward into branches. Any variations you want, whatever you would want them to look like, or you can just keep your hand in prayer position at your heart. You decide. Breathing deeply, focusing on a single point to keep your balance. And keeping our balance without putting our right foot down, we're going to kick it back. We grab the foot on the inside of the sole of our foot. Left arm up, kicking that right foot into the right hand, reaching forward with the left, looking at a single point to keep our balance, stretching open the chest, stretching that quadricep on the right leg. Our left leg is not locked, ever so slightly bent just to protect the knee. Reaching forward, balance, balance, balance. Don't forget to breathe. Good job. Coming out, release the foot and dropping the right arm or the left arm down. Shake it out. And let's ground into the right side. Last balancing pose of the day. Bringing our left leg up into tree pose, any which way you like it. Don't forget to experiment and create branches with that left arm if you so choose, or you can leave it at your heart center. Breathing deeply, making sure that we're not sticking our booty out, that our hips are directly over our legs, right underneath our chest. And Left foot into the left hand, kick it out. Right arm overhead, reaching forward. Dancer pose. That left hand should be on the inside of the left foot. Really opens up the chest that way. Strong gaze, reach, 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 and equal opposition. Kick, kick, kick. Reach, reach, reach. And coming out. Exhale. Good job. Hands at your heart center. Wiggle it out. Good job. All right, let's bring our feet to the side of our mat. We're going to take a much wider than hip distance apart stance. Inhale the arms up to salute the sun. Exhale to our heart center. Hands go to your hips and take a deep squat. We're now going to circle our arms wide and open into this warrior-like stance with our arms. They're directly out to your sides, fingers pointing upward, elbows bent at a 90 degrees. You want your spine to be as straight as possible, and again, try to get your hips underneath your rib cage, so no booty sticking out. Hands come back to the waist, straightening the legs, pressing back up. We're now going to squat back down again, pressing our hands inside our inner thighs. Now stick your butt out very far. Drop that left shoulder towards the floor, looking up over your right shoulder for a nice twist. The lower you drop your shoulder and the more you stick your booty out, the deeper the twist will go and the more of a stretch you'll get. Untwist. Now drop that right shoulder down to the ground and look over the left shoulder. Pressing the inner thighs away with the hands. Twist, twist, twist. Breathing in your twist. And untwist. Send the hips underneath the spine, sitting straight back up. Walk your feet a little bit closer together, still wider than hip distance apart. And we're going to inhale the arms up, exhale back to the heart center, to our waist, and now we're going to squat all the way down to the ground. You can walk from side, you can shift your weight side to side to stretch out your Achilles heel. The goal here is to be able to sit with your feet flat on the floor in a deep squat. Using your elbows, you're going to press your inner thighs away and bring your palms together at your heart center and straighten your spine, sitting up nice and tall as best you can. Your butt reaches down towards the floor. Your feet are working towards being flat here. Try to open up the chest as best you can and release. Coming back out, walk your feet together, hips distance apart, so you're in a forward fold. Halfway up, inhale, exhale, fold, and inhale, reverse swan dive all the way up. And find your place back at the front of your mat. Good job. Inhale the arms all the way up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale halfway up. Exhale, fold. Step back into push-up position. Chaturanga, lower all the way down to the ground. This time we're going to send our left arm all the way forward. We're going to kick our right foot up into our right hand just like we did dancer pose, and inhale, kicking that right foot out, arching the spine, reaching our chest forward. If you have room and flexibility, you can lift the left hand off of the ground. Releasing the foot, coming back down to the ground. Switching it up, right arm out, left foot up, holding that left foot into dancer pose. Reach, 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 kicking that left foot into your left hand. Right arm reaching forward, chest is lifted, and release. Good job. Both feet come up. This time grab the outside of both of your feet. Inhale, reaching the head and the chest up, kicking your feet back into your hands. Your belly is the only thing touching the ground here, your belly and your hip bones. The rest of you is lifted off the mat. Reach, 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 kick, kick, kick. Breathing, breathing, breathing. A little more. And release, coming flat down onto the mat. Good job. And we're We're going to press ourselves back into child's pose for a rest. Reaching the arms long across the mat, letting your hips and your buttocks sink into your heels, into the floor. Head reaches down to the mat, resting. Good job. Sitting up. We're now going to do some little spinal twists. So sit down on the mat. You're going to tuck your left foot underneath you, and you're going to cross your right heel over your left knee. Wrapping your left arm around the right knee. You're going to place your right hands behind you and look over your right shoulder in a nice twist. Your spine should be nice and tall here. Looking over the right shoulder, breathing deeply. Trying to keep that right sits bone down on the ground. Squeezing the right knee into your body. And unwind. We're going to release the right leg. We're going to tuck the right leg under our body and cross the left ankle over the right knee. Try to put that left foot on the floor. Wrap your right arm around the left knee. Left arm goes behind you and looking over the left shoulder in a twist. Spine is nice and tall. Breathing deeply. When you're in a twist, try not to let your eyes wander. Just keep looking over that left shoulder. Left sits bone reaching down towards the earth. And slowly unwind. Uncross the legs. Now find your way down to your back. I'm going to flip around here because the sun's blaring on me, but lay down on your back. Place your hands underneath your knees, legs together, and we're just going to do some gentle rocks on the spine here. Rock the spine out. So rocking back and forth. Nice little spine massage. Good. Now we're going to bring both of our knees in towards our chest, round up to wrap your arms around your knees. Then you're going to lower your head, and now try to lower your tailbone to the ground, squeezing the knees in. Just to massage and relax your lower back. Now we're going to extend the left leg, pull the right knee into the chest. We're going to drop the right knee over to our left and extending our left arm and then right arm out into the shape of a T. If you want a little deeper of a twist, eyes are looking over to the right, and you can put your left hand on the right knee to give it a little extra weight to push it closer to the ground. But we're doing this gently. We're using gravity here. Unwind, release the leg, and switch. We're going to pull the left knee into the chest, right leg is extended, dropping that left knee over to the right, eyes gaze over to the left, arms are out in a T shape. If you want a little extra weight in your twist, you can put the right palm on top of the left knee. Breathing. And unwind the spine. Do a little extra rock if you like to prepare your body for Shavasana, corpse pose. We're going to allow our legs to fall a little outside the width of our yoga mat. Arms are splayed out at our sides. Palms facing up to the sky, legs naturally falling open. Release the body into the earth, close the eyes, and allow your breath to return to its normal cadence. Just feel all tension releasing into the ground. Allow the whole body to relax. wiggle the fingers and the toes ever so slightly. And with the least amount of effort possible, roll to one side. Resting on your side. And then again, using the least amount of effort possible, you're going to find your way to a seated cross-legged position. Keeping the eyes closed. Sitting back up cross-legged on your mat. Bringing your palms together at your heart center. Remember your intention of gratitude. Acknowledge all the good work you did in your yoga today. And clapping the hands fiercely together, rubbing them together to generate some heat. Once you've built up heat within your hands, cup your hands over your closed eyes. And keeping your hands over your eyes, slowly begin to open your eyes to gently allow the light in. You can drop your hands onto your knees and bring your palms into heart center. And now let's prepare for our sun meditation. If you'd like to find a cushion to place under your seat to help your spine stay long and to take some pressure off your hips, feel free to do that now. Or feel free to take a seat in a chair, provided that your spine is straight, you're sitting at the edge of the seat, and that your feet are planted firmly on the ground. If you need back support, sitting back in the chair is okay. Just try to sit in such a way that your feet can be flat and connected to the ground. If they don't reach, you can place a book under your feet or what have you. When you find a comfortable seat, close the eyes again. Allow the backs of the hands to rest gently on your thighs or knees if you're seated in a cross-legged position. Palms facing up. And let's connect our index finger and our thumb together on both of our hands. This is a receiving position. If your body feels like you're in need of some grounding, go ahead and turn the palms face down over the knees instead, keeping the index finger and thumb connected. Otherwise, go ahead and take a receiving position with the palms facing skyward. Breathing deeply here, in through the nose and out through the nose. We want to send our breath low into the belly. Allow it to fill up as we inhale. And allow the belly to contract closer to the spine as we exhale. Control your breath so that you're sipping in the breath in a slow and controlled manner, making our inhales an even length with our exhales. In and out through the nose, our eyes are gently closed. And maintain a gentle smile on your face throughout this sun meditation. Acknowledge how you feel in this moment. Acknowledge how you feel after undergoing some sun yoga. Do a little inventory of the body. Allowing your breath to show you where to go next, to investigate how each part of your body feels on the inside. Breathing deeply. Now in this sun meditation, you're going to imagine yourself in a beautiful landscape, someplace that makes you feel very safe and free and relaxed. Whether it's on top of a mountain or if it's sitting at the shore of a beach, in a meadow filled with wildflowers, or sitting beside a creek, wherever it is, picture yourself there now. Allow the breath to gently wash in and out of you, flowing with ease and bringing deep relaxation to your whole body. Now, in this relaxing place you have chosen, something very unique is accessible to you. For the first time, you are able to stare directly at the sun up in the sky. And it makes you feel really happy and alive to look at it. Turn your gaze and attention directly to the sun. Admire its golden orb, its shining brilliance and beauty, the radiant, glowing warmth it emanates. Allow the warmth of the sun to fill you up, as if a mirroring sun were generating and expanding within your heart by looking at it. Allow the gaze at the sun, allow its rays to fill you up bit by bit. Every inch of the inside of your vessel, allow it to be flooded with the sun's warmth and light. Continuing to breathe deeply in a slow and relaxed manner. Filling your body with gold and warm light. As you continue to gaze at the sun in your mind's eye, the sun begins to grow in size. And its growth in size isn't just where it is, it's growing in size because the sun is actually getting closer to you. The temperature of the sun does not change, but it does inch closer and closer to your being in this beautiful and relaxing landscape you have chosen. The sun continues to descend from its place in the sky, inching its way closer to you until it's this giant orb resting on the ground in front of you. You're now so close to the sun that you can feel how the energy of the sun is the same energy that's occupying and filling up your entire vessel in this moment. Your smile widens as you feel the bright, glowing joy flooding every cell of your being. Brilliance of the sun, the first time you've ever been able to stare directly at its beauty and magnificence, and how that magnificence and beauty is being mirrored within your own body in this moment. Breathing deeply, enjoying this moment. Now, as you're looking into this enormous orb of the sun right before you on the ground where you are actually sitting, something about the sun begins to change. There's something inside the sun, and it's beginning to become clearer and clearer. In fact, you see the outline of what looks like a person. You continue to breathe deeply, continue to hold that gentle smile, and as you continue to peer at the sun, trying to look into the center of its orb, you see a figure appear, a person. And that person is you. And it's not just you, it's your highest self, your most radiant, abundant, and grateful self. Take in every aspect of this highest version of yourself. What do they look like? What's their posture like? What are they wearing? How old are they? How at peace do they seem to feel in their skin? How are they breathing? Your highest self is looking right at you, and they see you and acknowledge you, and they smile in reverence for this journey you're on. They are waiting for you. They are waiting for you to ascend and join them in the brilliant light of the sun. Drink in all the details of your highest self. Breathing deeply. Your highest self has now beckoned you toward them. They're waving you to come this way, step into the sun with me, be with me. Let's share and bask in this brilliance together. You rise from where you are seated in this beautiful landscape, and you step into the sun. And once you enter this golden orb, this brilliant ball of light, your highest self can no longer be seen. Where did they go? And you look down at your own hands and you realize that you have become your highest self. You are wearing the clothes you saw them wearing. You are breathing the way you saw them breathe. You feel the way you saw them feeling. You have stepped into your highest self. Bask in the splendor and radiance of your newfound confidence and relaxation and wisdom and joy. Breathing deeply. Take a new inventory of how you feel. Dancing about the inside of the sun. It is time for the sun to take its place up in the sky once more. It slowly begins to pull away from the earth and inch further and further back into the sky. It has gently left you behind on the earth to watch it recede up into the air. You watch it go, still as your highest self, as if saying farewell to an old friend, as the sun takes its place back up into the sky. Feeling completely full and relaxed, wise, filled with joy and alive, you once again take your seat upon the earth of this beautiful landscape you are in. Breathing deeply, the breath drops into the belly as it expands and contracts. The gentle smile is still found across your face. Breathing low into the body. We're now going to wiggle the fingers and the toes ever so gently, bringing our attention back to our body. We've released the vision of the landscape. We've released the vision of our highest selves. Wiggling your fingers and toes. The eyes are still gently closed. We're now going to vigorously clap our hands together and rub them together vigorously, generating heat in the palm of our hands. And once you have heat generated, it's really hot between your hands, you're going to cup your hands over the eyes, feeling the warmth of your palms over your closed eyes. And slowly begin to open the eyes, keeping the palms where they are, so the eyes may gently take in the light. Once your eyes are fully open, you may lower your hands, bringing your palms together at your heart center, smiling in gratitude, remembering your initial intention that you set before your sun yoga. Breathing with gratitude for your intention, breathing in gratitude for your achievement of your asana practice and this meditation. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for practicing. Thank you for showing up in goodness and gratitude for your body and for your intention. Namaste.